y'all doing? This is Fat Guy Flies RC. Well, it's maiden time for the Arrows RC Avanti Avanti S 50mm EDF. Now, the only mods I have done is I've given her a clear coat of my polyacrylic Minwax, and if you look there, see that little black pigtail there? That is a zip tie. And let me walk up to you. And what I did was, okay. Okay, well, I don't know if you can. Okay, well, what I did was I poked a hole at an angle to come out about 45 degrees from the inside. I took a medium zip tie, zipped it, made the little knuckle, and then pushed the antenna or the end of the zip tie up through there by about 1.5 inches, and then lopped it off there. And I ran a little glue in there, and that way you can easily grab a hold of it and pull it off without having to, you know, get your fingernails on the plane and mess up your paint and your surface. Now, to show you, like I showed you in the radio and assembly, I've got that 3S 1800. I got a line there. It's about maybe, I don't know, maybe 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch in. That's where my 1800 is. Goes all the way back 3S. Okay. She's got her 3 modes, which is the stability or optimized mode, no gyro, and then stabilized mode, which is self-level. Now, I will take off in the self-level mode because I'll best chance for success, and then I'll switch to AS3X as I'm flying, because when I take off, she's going to actually have a little bit of natural up elevator to get her up, and then I'll go to the optimized mode. So yeah, there you go. See, I was just she's trying to find level. I'm going to take off this first time in an 1800 3S, and then my second flight will be on 4S, and that'll be a separate video. I'll do a maiden on 3 and a maiden on 4, and I know technically it's not a maiden once she's flown once, but I'm going to call it that, so deal with it. All right, timer set for 3.5 minutes. Wind is that way, so yeah, okay, right, left, up, down, no throttle.
Motor on.
Motor's on. Whew, kind of nervous. What am I forgetting? I don't know. All right, you got me okay? Yeah, this is when I always want to stall. All right, switch to AS3X mode. Rates, I didn't go over rates. I'll tell you rates whenever.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Man, she's flying good, even in this wind. And that's on 3S, folks. Oh yeah, what a great flying little jet. All right, man, I'm gonna bring her right by us. I feel so comfortable with this plane already. Oh, I love the look. Huh? Did you lose her? Okay, I'm going back towards the clubhouse now. All right, I'm gonna bring her right by at us here. I'm trying to find that imaginary rudder. All right, let's land her.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Take off again. All right, I think landing is going to be the hardest part. It always is going to be the hardest part, but she's so light and there's so much wind, she just wants to keep flying. Now, hold on, we'll go around one more time. Maybe I can get her a little bit closer. Man, I wish I had a rudder. Man, she don't want to come out of the sky. All right. Prop secured. I'll be honest, she's flying like she's a little tail heavy. So I'm going to move that, and I got plenty of room. Going to move that battery forward just a touch. And man, I tell you what, I do wish I had a rudder. I wish I had a rudder. Just a little rudder, a rudder for me, a rudder for me. Okay, I'm not going to sing no more. All right, but that mod is awesome. All right, let me get a little closer to us. I don't know if you can, over the wind, if you can hear that gyro or not. Okay, and all right. Going to take off in stabilized mode. Okay, AS or the self-level stability mode. There we go. Yeah, what an easy little jet to fly. Yeah, she's flying much better now. Now, if she had rudder, I could work rudder into that turn and she'd be much more axial on that roll. And see, you can do all the bench testing you want back in your shop and testing your CG and thinking, well, she's gonna be just perfect. But until you get her out in the field and fly her, you really don't know. Now the power. There we go. Get a little further out here. Man, she is I don't know.
10, 9.
I don't know if this one flies as good, if not better than the BAE Hawk. Wow. Prop secured. All right. Let me go out here and grab my plane. Definitely one sweet flying plane. Now, because you don't have any rudder, your roll is going to be more, it's going to be a much wider, more of a barrel roll, okay? If you had rudder, you can make it much tighter. But I'll tell you what, for a little toss and boss plane, yeah, I'm very impressed. Now, I will, next time I take her off, I'll take her off with a 4S. I will actually use the handholds that are underneath there so I can show you how that's done. But I'm just more comfortable flying her that way. But I want to be able to show what other people are going to do too. I really suggest doing this mod, running at an angle through the top of the canopy there, a good medium zip tie, put the zip tie through its little knuckle, pull it tight, and that way you got a large conglomeration of plastic, and then poke your little hole, a little dab of glue, and shove that up in there. That knuckle that you made will hold that zip tie in place, and then cut it off about it. That looks like an antenna, so it doesn't look bad. It's black, matte, or you can get white or whatever color, and it looks good on the plane and gives you something to grab a hold of. The other thing is I use polyacrylic, which is in the blue can, the clear gloss, and I just spray painted the entire, it's polyacrylic, it's water-based, so it is not going to hurt the foam, and it just protects your foam from your fingernails and minor chips and dings. It's like putting a clear coat on your paint job on your car. Okay, so let's check out, oh, and I didn't tell you my rates. Let me, my rates that I flew in, actually I was in middle rates, my mid rates, and my mid rates on this are 95% throws, over 20%, all my expos 20%. My low rates are 85 with 20%, and my high rates were actually 125 over 20%. Usually I don't go over 100%, but I wanted more movement out of them ailerons. So low rates 95, or mid rates are 95, low rates are 85. Now on my elevator, a little bit different. Low rates were 70, mid were 85, and high were 100, because it actually got a decent amount of elevator. Okay, so let's see how much I flew for 3.5 minutes minus 9 seconds. So what's that? 3 minutes and 21 seconds. Okay, and y'all saw that I felt like I needed to move the battery forward just a little bit to where actually it was this 1800 was just even with the beginning of the wooden tray, and she CG just fine there. Flew just great. Still got 51% left. Could have flown for another minute. Okay, 3.5 minutes. You put an 1800 in here, you're going to get a solid 4 to 4.5 minutes flight with throttle management. If you stay in the gas, 4 minutes. Okay, so next flight will be a maiden on 4S, and there again, she's designed for 3S. So I'm not telling you to fly her in 4S. I'm just telling you that's what I'm going to do. All right, y'all have a good, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Big shout out to Hobby Zone for sending this out to me for review. And the only, I'm supposed to come up with positives and negatives on these planes. That's what Hobby Zone, they said, they want me to show the goods and the bads and what I think of the plane. They don't sugarcoat it. If it's got something wrong with it, say it. That way they can do a version 2 and fix it up. Now, if it's got something good, say what you like about it. I like the look. I like the way she flies. The power on 3S is ample, is fine. I think it should be geared to go on 4S if you wish. So that's not really a negative. It's just more of a preference because she does fly okay on 3S. They recommend a 1300 3S, but I'm telling you, a 1300, you have to go all the way forward. I just don't think you're not gonna have enough flight time and enough power to enjoy the plane. They say 1300 mainly just to keep the cost down. And yes, it could fly on a perfectly calm day. You could fly a 1300, but folks, do yourself a favor, spend the cash, pay an extra $5 and get an 1800 3S in there. Okay, and you'll have much better performance if you're gonna stay with the 3S route. I wish she had a rudder, but that would increase weight, that would increase cost, and they're trying to keep a plane down well under $100. That way most people can afford it. And this comes in at $159 as you see it. You need to add, I highly recommend, if you're a Spectrum person, the AR410 antenna-less receiver. I have it, if you saw the build, I got it tucked up underneath that shelf inside of there. And if you can't see it in the video here, that's okay. It's very clear in the build video. And you take that rudder channel, because you don't have a rudder, you assign that to a 3-position switch, and you can have all 3 levels. With these planes, don't swallow your pride. Take off in the self level. It helps, you know, this is a small plane. Take off in a self-level and then switch to your AS3X or no gyro. She's very stable. She flies just fine. Negatives are lack of rudder, and she should be 4S capable right out of the box. Okay. Positives, everything. I mean, she flies great. She looks great. She's got these hard plastic points when you land on a rough surface to keep the plane, to protect the plane. Put yourself a clear coat around there, and the color just really pops. It pops, man. CG is mid-wing. It's just great little plane. I can't think anything really bad about it. Flies great, looks good, and thank you for watching. Y'all have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Shout out to Hobby Zone for this, for sending out for review. God bless y'all. And don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and 50mm Arrows jets. Bye-bye.